Forward. We've got a very short time. It's the 25th night of Ramadan, a possibility of being Laylatul Qadr. And we've got a few points inshallah to mention, and then we're going to have a quiz, and then pizza, donuts. We've got a full-on program inshallah. So everyone try and come close inshallah. Let's come towards this side. Boys, sit as close together as possible, inshallah. We want everyone to sit as close together. Try your best, nobody on the walls. What problem? Come on. Musa, you're definitely not seeing it. Let's go. Come on boys, you're still sitting far. I want everyone to sit as close together as possible. Sit close. We're not going to start inshallah until you're all sitting as close. Look, too many guys down there. Boys, all of you come here. Come close. The more you guys, still not good enough. Look, there's still space. Come. Rehan, you and your friend, down here. Come on. Stand up and down here. That's better, mashallah. Fantastic, alhamdulillah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Last week it was complete onion to get a good reply back to mashallah. Fantastic. Sisters, mashallah, you've been making a fantastic effort. I know Yunus Bhai. You want to be on the mic? It's alright, Yunus Bhai. I'll have the mic to him afterwards and you all will get a good telling off. So I'll do it a little bit more easy and relaxed. But we need that discipline as well. You need everything going on at the same time, or we very easily go out of track. So you've made a fantastic effort. Every single person, we've got young kids, 7, 8 years old, who've been keeping the entire fast of Ramadan. Nobody's been forcing them, nobody's been pushing them. They themselves are waking up every single day. Usually the same children who constantly we're trying to wake them up, but during the month of Ramadan they are waking up immediately at 4 o'clock, 3:30 and wanting to have suhoor. Throughout the day, generally they can't be hungry at all. Every 1-2 hours they are having some type of snack. But subhanallah, during the month of Ramadan, the entire day they are going with it. But subhanallah, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the whole day of fasting, no school currently. But many in the past were also going to school and then still coming for Tarawih Salah. So you guys should be really proud of yourselves that in this day and age, when you're being called towards so many different things, and then to come to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and spend your time here, by Allah, this is the best place that you can ever be. The best place that you can ever spend your youth. The best people that you can ever be around, the best company you can ever have is down here in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because down here, nothing has changed. This is a very secure place, secure area. Nothing has changed for 1400 years. The same way Salah was taking place 1400 years ago is the same way we are praying Salah. The same way we are fasting 1400 years ago is the same right now. Outside this place, everything will change all the time. One week something will be the fashion. Next week that's old news and something else will become the fashion. Sometimes something will be looked down upon and by the next week this will be popular. The world around us will change all the time, rapidly, constantly. But down here, nothing changes. Down here everything remains the same. And you will be at peace of mind because your mind is not boggled with so many different ways of life. So many different things that I can go towards. Shall I go towards this? Or shall I go towards this? All different paths. And subhanAllah, the topic for today is lost. And before Salah, I actually was the honest truth. I didn't know what I was going to speak about. A very broad topic. We've got an audience all the way from 7 years until 70 years old. Everything in between. How do we address this topic? How do we speak about this topic? Sometimes not being appropriate for one age and sometimes being too high level for some is a very difficult task that I speak about. And the poster is a maze, parts of the maze, and what is that we heard? And that's the Quran. Because the Quran speaks to that young child, that woman. Speaks to the one who is lower class, middle class, upper class, the professional. It speaks to the kings and it speaks to the subordinates. It speaks to the Muslims and it speaks to the non-Muslims. It speaks to the dark-skinned person and the light-skinned person. It speaks to every single ethnicity. It speaks to one and all. So the first verses from what I heard, and inshallah I will touch upon the few verses which I heard in Salah, and I hope that these verses will definitely address the topic. The first verse that I heard was a very, very powerful and beautiful verse. It said, فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. That you are thinking where you is, you are stuck within mixing with the you're stuck within your jobs, you're stuck within money, you're stuck within your looks, you're stuck within your disease. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what He's telling all of us. That what you need to do, you can't even walk towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you start walking towards a certain destination, when you walk towards that destination, you still look here and there. You still get attracted by all the in-betweens of what's happening. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that run towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because when you are running towards something, all you have is your eyes on the prize. You have your eyes on the final destination and you do not have time to look here and there. You are running straight down that path towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we find ourselves lost, and remember, it is not just you guys that are going to find yourselves lost. The challenges that are faced is by all of us. The same problems that you guys find, we as adults and we as parents, we are also going through the same problems. The struggles that you have, it's not as if we don't have those struggles. You don't see those struggles. We don't see your struggles, you don't see our struggles, but it's the same struggle. We are all finding it difficult. But I need to speak to you and you need to speak to me. If we are not speaking to each other and telling each other about our problems, how can we navigate our way through these problems? We spoke about this, I think it was last year, when we had the topic, which was called Real Talk. And in that, I sent a message. And I said, put down what you want me to speak about. And every single youngster, about 30, 40 youngsters, all the messages that I got back, every single message was to do with a certain point that we would never mention to our parents. And because of the crowd today, I'm not going to go in detail of every single part of what was asked of me, but you can understand and you can fill in all these topics was asked of me, but these questions need to build a relationship with your children. Children shouldn't feel embarrassed to say. But in the same way, we'll speak to our friends about this. There's nothing wrong with this. What you're doing, what you're looking at, what you're consuming, who you're hanging out with is normal. Everyone's doing it. Don't worry about it. But if we build a relationship, the adults amongst us, if we build a beautiful relationship with our children and make them seen and not heard. There was a time where children should be seen and not heard. Weren't really bothered about what's going on in their lives. This is not that time anymore. Children, in their minds, they are leaving the fold of Islam. Their iman is going. And what are we doing about it? We are so busy in our world, so busy and working and earning day after day, thinking that my children need to be wearing the best clothes, they need to be going on the best holidays, they need to be living in the best house, they need to be driven around in the best cars. Our children are not in need of this. They have been spoiled by all this. Their ego has become over the roof. The way they speak to people, the way they act is because we've pampered them. We've made them feel as if they can't ever do anything wrong. We need to sit with our children, speak with our children. The biggest thing that they need now is our time. They need our time to sit down today. We should already know straight away by looking at our children, by looking at their face, we should know someone's up today. Not in front of everyone, afterwards, later on. Come here, I need to speak to you. Is everything alright? Got any problems, any issues? You know, you seem like you're not 100% there. And then the child will open up. Yeah, Dad, you know what? This is happening in school. And I'm struggling with this. Oh, Mum, you know, we are living in a situation, there are many single parents nowadays. Many single parents. And sometimes the mom has to become the mother and father. Many situations where single mothers, they are having to become both. So she has also to speak with her son about things to do with puberty, things to do with adolescence, things to do with things that she probably wouldn't want to speak about, but she has to speak about these things nowadays. So if we speak with them and talk with them, then we will find a solution. And all these young are the future of tomorrow, dunya. It's these guys that we have built this masjid. It's for these guys that we need to do about what we have. Single one of these children now are the leaders of the future. Every single one of you has got the capability within every single one of you to be a leader. And you were born to be leaders. You weren't born to be followers. A Muslim wasn't born to be a follower. He was meant to lead the pack. The Prophet ﷺ was a leader, and he made leaders. And he made leaders out of broken people. He made leaders out of people who could not even look after sheep. And these same people, like Umar radiallahu anhu, once he is being stopped by a woman, and she goes, I know your past. I know that you could not even look after sheep. But that same individual is now ruling 3/4 of the planet. Rasulullah ﷺ made leaders, and you guys are born to be leaders. And you need to understand that. Don't think that I need to follow all these people and all these other role models and all these other personalities. They're all waste men. All these people that you are looking at on YouTube and you are thinking, oh, I'm going to buy their bottle for £100 each. And what's he calling us? Saying Bakis, isn't it? Yeah? You guys know that, isn't it? Calling us these names. Yeah? He might have said, but within themselves, you guys, we think, I'm going to buy their bottles and their merchandise for £100 each. £100, your brother is dying in Syria. Your children are dying in Palestine. Your younger brothers, your mothers, your sisters are dying of thirst in Yemen. And you want to spend £100 on this prime drink, whatever it is. These same people that you are following are the same people who do not even care about you. And we're spending our day and night saying, oh, these guys, they are next level. And the stuff that he speaks about, look at his hair, look at his brand, look at his design, look at his music. And he doesn't even care about you prosper. He does not care. And the one who cared about you, his life, he would give everything for you. From his body, and he would be saying, Ummati, Ummati. Who would be crying and he would be worried about you. The same one, and we do not care about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So brothers, you are born to be leaders. Understand that. All of you down here, whether you're 5, 6, 7 years old, 17, 18, you're all born to be leaders. Don't ever forget that. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted you to be. Don't let anyone make you think otherwise. Don't let anyone make you think that Muslims are backwards. Muslims don't know anything about what's going on nowadays. They're living 1400 years ago. What do they know about the modern world? They shaped your modern world. Everything that you have now came from the Muslims. Just look at the history. Look at what Islam has done for you now, and you will find behind everything is a Muslim. It's just because we've forgotten who we are. They try to delete us from history. They try to make everything start from non-Muslims. And as if we thought, wow, they were living in the dark ages. At the same time when the Muslim empires were conquering the world, when the Muslim empires already had systems of benefit of agriculture, astronomy, mathematics, art, every single field you could think about, they were at the top of everything. And then they make us think that you guys are backward, you guys are like this. If there's anyone who is living in a cuckoo land, it's you guys. We as Muslims, we will always remain at the top. So don't ever let anyone make you think that you are something small. You are the best. You are the greatest. You are the best thing that ever happened to this planet. And if you did not exist, Allah doesn't need Allah. The world will continue. The whole world is to exist. Allah does not need this planet anymore. So the first verse was فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. You want to get out of this world of confusion, and you are living in a world of confusion. Look at all the nonsense towards this path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will have an attack from all sorts that will come from every single way. Whether it's this filth that you see, or whether it's people telling you this gender and that gender, and you could do whatever you want. You'll have that coming from that way. You will have everything coming at you from all different ways. But you are just going down Sirat al-Mustaqim. You're going down that straight path towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's not going to be an easy path. But Muslims are strong with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They conquered the world. They walked over rivers. They took on entire armies. One person would be strong enough for an entire army. He would be running towards a whole army, one person, and the whole fortress would shake because of his iman. They would say that we are people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us izzah through Islam. When they would be martyred in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you hear one story where a person, he is being speared from the back, and whilst he is bleeding, he's saying, Fustu wa Rabbil Kaaba. I have become successful by the oath of the Lord of the Kaaba. They were not soft people, they were strong people. They were strong people who would not be scared of anything or anyone illallah, apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They were people who would stand their ground. They wouldn't be moved by money, by women, by power. Even if they were in the courts of the greatest people, they would speak the truth. Even if they were to die in the process, they would speak the truth. So never think low of yourself and run towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The next verse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about, which I will share from the many verses. I had a list of 10 different verses. I'm not going to go through all the 10, the ones that come into mind. Allah subhanahu, this is a very important, young or old, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is with you wherever you are. So when we find ourselves isolated and nobody's there, nobody's watching, we're on internet, We could be doing whatever, but at that point in my mind should be, it is my Allah who is watching me. It's not in there, and both my parents were standing behind me, watching what I am doing. Oh, forget about that. Imagine you've got this family link or something on your phone. You know, some parents, they do that. Very good. You know, family link. You know, you can off their phone at a certain time. Parents who don't know how to Google family link. It's a very brilliant thing. And you guys, I'm sorry I shared that with them. But with Google Family Link, you can off their devices at a certain time. You can put timers on. Come on, stop looking at me like that. Yeah? From 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock, that's the only time you can watch. If you want to download an app, the notification comes on the phone. Right? This guy wants to download. Oh, no, sorry. You can't download that one. So you can, the devices will go off. Yeah? So in there, you know what they're watching all the time. Imagine, if we know that on our phones, to somebody that I... Come on. But Allah is watching the single movement. He's not just watching us physically. These cameras can see us from outside. And He is watching you. So we need to, He is with you wherever you are. Inshallah, we'll leave that at another point. What we're going to do now, inshallah, 12 o'clock, the food ish is going to arrive. There are some brothers who are going to be doing i'tikaf with us today, some of the youngsters. Put your hands up or stand up if you're doing i'tikaf. And stand up, stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, mashallah, fantastic. So, you guys also go downstairs after eating and come back upstairs. But what we're going to do, inshallah, we're going to do a quiz. And inshallah, the food will be served. There's pizzas, there's donuts. To all the big kids here, big kids and adults, us guys, yeah. Leave the pizzas and the donuts to the younger ones. Yeah, you guys act like, you know what, you say, oh, we want salad, we want roti salad, and this is like, you know, really good food. And when the pizzas and stuff come, you guys finish everything. Yeah, so we're gonna leave the pizzas and the donuts for the kids, inshallah. Hope you can think about that yourself, not under 40, under 50. And it's 5 questions, quite easy. I did, honestly. So this, it might be more of a child's keyboard warrior down here. Yeah, we'll be able to see. You don't need that, just go on our website, no. www.menti.com. No points. If any of the adults want to give their phones, don't worry, they're not going to check anything. If they want to give it their phones, menti.com, they're one of the 34 players. Look at that, mashallah, 36, 37, let's get this going. Right, one more minute. Anyone who's not done, and get on speaker. Okay. Those who have not played before, simple rule is the quicker you answer the question, the more points you get. After each question, we'll have a leaderboard, and the more quicker you do it, the higher you will be up on the leaderboard. But if you get it wrong, then you've missed out on 20%. So, try to be as quick as you can. Right? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Name the Prophet whose name is mentioned and discussed most in the Quran. Prophet Musa, Prophet Ishaq, or Prophet Yunus? Prophet Musa, Prophet Ishaq, Prophet Yunus. Oh, mashallah. What is the difference? Mashallah. Right, let's see what happens here. Mashallah, we've got Ammar, Top G, and Amin down there. Smuggles is coming close. Saad and Ahmed. Come on, let's go. Next one, next one. Eid Zaria. In which surah of the Quran do you find Ayatul Kursi? Which surah of the Quran do you find Ayatul Kursi? Surah Muzammil, Surah Taha, Surah Baqarah. MashaAllah, well done, well done. Amin, you know, 3 points between Amin and Ammar, and Smuggles. Not Abdullah this time, Smuggles. Which is the smallest chapter in the Quran? Surah Yasin, Surah Kawthar, or Surah Duha? Let's go, I thought more people will get that. Smuggles, did you get it wrong? Amin, Saad and Ahmed, and Inayas. Question 4. On which night was the Quran first revealed? On which night? Night of power, night of mercy, or Saturday night? Correct. And it's going to be a change. Hey, do we have a girl down here, Lisa? Final question. What night is Laylatul Qadr? 25th night, 27th night, any one of the last odd nights. Oh, mashallah. 36 people. So let's see who's at the top now. MashaAllah. Hey, is it Amin? Where's the dirt one? I show it's you. Hey, MashaAllah. Come on, Sai, well done. The price today is from certified oils. It's a premium adab which has been got from Turkey, and it's one of the youngsters in the Masjid, mashallah, who is extremely helpful and volunteers constantly with our Masjid. So it's a donation from him, but try to follow him on Instagram at Certified Oils, and it's a really good thing for this year. To get your Eid gifts in for your, look, I'm a salesman as well. Do I get a bit of commission on them as well? Yeah, so for your Eid gifts, for your dad, for your, do you do ladies ones as well? So follow at Certified Oils if you've got your phones, and find at Certified Oils. Follow at Certified Oils. So Certified Oils, follow them and get your orders in for Ramadan, for Eid, from the brother, mashallah. Like I said, these youngsters have been absolutely fantastic, super helpful throughout the years, not just now, throughout the past. They've been with us since 9-10 years old, and now going on to 1920s, they are still with us. So, mashallah, may Allah bless him in his business, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him immense barakah. That's for your right. MashaAllah. Hafiz Sahib Bengal. Also, Smuggles, you stand up. Last 2 weeks, in the first two, you came second. Yeah, so the Sheikh who came last week, he told me to put this on the side for you, so if you want to, inshallah, come and get his gifts. Hafiz Abdullah, mashallah, one of our students again. He's been with us since he's been pretty much the same height. Since about 5 years old, he's been with us in madrasa, and how old are you? 14 years old. So alhamdulillah, many years, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you connected with us, for years and years to come, inshallah. Well done. Right, we will, next halaqah that will take place, not the first weekend of Ramadan, possibly the week after that, the halaqah. But we want all of you guys, look at it, how beautiful is it when all the youngsters come together and the future of Islam comes together. So we hope you all will come here for the next halaqah as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept. The volunteers will show you and guide you towards the food, inshallah. Excellent.